Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast One Piece reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is One Piece episodes 391 and 392. We have now entered the Sabody archipelago.
It's very cool, but kind of sketchy, it seems like. I just wanted this place to be like a nice, fun, and beautiful place, but apparently...
People are just getting murdered in the streets by the
And we're supposed to not do anything about it.
I think I have my fill of revolutions for the time being. I think we should just get what we need and get the hell out of here. Let's see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon. Linked in the description. Patreon.com/BOLDcast. Get 2 weeks ahead of Uncuts, 1 week ahead of edited reactions. Let's go.
Oh. But you can't just get cola that comes in those barrels. Can we, like, start brewing our own cola in barrels?
Yeah.
Is that possible? We can do that, right?
Somebody stop him!
Don't tie a
Somebody
rope around
stop
yourself.
him!
Oh my god.
It's over.
At least put like a big like flag so you can see him from far away. No, you don't have just going for a walk privileges. Someone put a leash on this guy.
Thank God somebody's calling him out. You got lost walking next to a river that you got out of.
Don't let him go. He probably can't even read.
He can't read.
He doesn't know what numbers are.
He can only count to 3 because that's how many swords he has. He doesn't know anything bigger than that.
1. I love how also everyone else said we're at 41 like multiple times.
Celestial dragons.
Okay. Luffy's not listening to you at all, by the way.
Whoa, there's like a bubble bike somebody had.
It's probably a pretty sketchy place. Should we, like, disguise ourselves?
Then how are there so many ne'er-do-wells here?
Yeah. How could anyone get away with anything in this town? I think he's just covering it.
Racism. It's probably full of oxygen as well since the trees are breathing it.
Fantastic. It's pretty sick.
It's a pretty good thing to have on this island.
Yeah, I don't think they're for like going up in the air necessarily.
I mean, you can only go certain height.
I think we should definitely just rent them. Oh my god, Luffy! It won't help you off of this island! Listen to this guy.
Tried to scam him. They're just dumb, getting excited about it.
That's fun, chopping the little basket. It's kind of fun how they have all different versions. Oh, Luffy.
I wonder why. Yeah, it has like its own climate. It has like an atmosphere because the trees are so special, I guess.
Do you not listen? What an idiot.
It's like a tourist destination.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh my god. Are those all like little like hotel room things? That's cool. Shopping mall. I bet those were so overpriced. You're gonna forget about it.
It's a balloon. Why are the coding people so far away from the port?
You in a race? Up top. Oh.
I feel like the bubble's gonna pop if you guys keep riding it on the ground.
I think they just don't pop when they're like in
When
the
they're bikes?
atmosphere. What's going on here? Oh god. What the hell? Well, your head is significantly
Yeah, you could
smaller
just
than your
slip it off. I
neck.
don't know, he's freaking out.
Going back home?
He's a slave, clearly. Which is pretty fucked up.
Oh, this is gonna be something that they're gonna have to witness and then not do anything about. And they're definitely gonna try and do something about it. That's messed up. Oh my
It's a bomb? Oh. I thought his head was gonna be gone.
That would be that might be a little bit too extreme for this. Oh, Chopper.
This is dark, man.
Whoa. Brook.
Brook, get down, you fucking idiot. Oh boy. This is really dark. This is crazy.
Yeah. It. What a psycho. Ship Captain Collection.
Yeah. This is exactly— what?
Wow.
No way.
A human child.
What
Wow.
the hell? Jesus Christ.
The intro to this arc was misleading. Mm-hmm. Creator's blood? Oh boy. You really should have had a disguise. Or at least not worn the straw hat.
What kind of pirate in their right fucking mind would hang out here? Like,
Yeah.
like they're introduced like, oh, there's pirates and bounty hunters and all sorts of ne'er-do-wells here. It's like they have a collection of ship captains.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the thing is like it's kind of like in Logue Town. There's like heavy marine presence, heavy bounty hunter presence, heavy pirate presence.
Yeah, true.
But I think the added difference here is that you don't just get caught by the Marines and sentenced to death, which is kind of always on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you get enslaved and treated like a pet.
Yeah.
But no one should treat a pet like that, obviously, but by these absolute psychos.
Descendants are this 20 kings who created the huge world government organization. So 20 kings, 5 oceans. So there's like possibly 4 kings per ocean? Perhaps? Wow, yeah.
So, okay, so there's these 20 kings and their descendants are these guys, but like what about all the actual like kingdoms that are out there, like Alabasta? Because like
That's what I
weren't
was
they
thinking.
part of the world government? Like wasn't Vivi's dad part of the world government and so was Wapul and like a bunch of other like
Yeah, I think they
kings?
were. Yeah.
So
I think they were.
I guess here's what I'm wondering.
Is that just abandoned?
Is that either abandoned or
Is
all the
Vivi
kings?
a dragon?
No, wait.
Sorry.
All the kings that are kings now or queens or whoever is like in charge of these kingdoms now is different. Like the 20 ones that were original then just picked other like random people unrelated to them to then be like the new rulers of the kingdoms, or is that just they weren't actually part of the world government, they were just part of like a smaller like
coalition
of kingdoms within the Grand Line? Because like
I forget if they said that they were the world government, like all there, or because it was like a meeting of a bunch of kings and stuff.
I kind of thought that they were, but then it was like, oh, the world government is just like so like terrible all the time, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, maybe we just like, I mean, it's also like all that was introduced so long ago that like the idea of the world government was probably a lot smaller than what it's like grown
clearly
to
developed a lot since then for sure. So I don't know how much that factored into his creation or his sort of reveal here of all that type of shit. I wonder if it would be interesting if it was. It's interesting to me as well that they're called celestial dragons and there's a guy named Dragon. Does that factor into this at all? Is that like, did he take the name Dragon because he is a descendant in this way, you know? Maybe he was and decided that this was fucked up. Maybe this is what turned him, this type of shit. Maybe not this specifically, but as an example, you know?
I don't know, these guys all just look so ridiculous too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like spacesuit looking.
It's also
dumbass.
interesting, there's celestial dragons, and celestial as in, like, the heavens, as in the sky, as in stars, like the 5 elder stars.
Yeah.
And there's 5, I think we mentioned this before, there's 5 elder stars, and there's 5 oceans, north, south, east, west, and Grand Line. And now there's 20 kings. Are they like the head of each of the oceans? And then there's also, but beneath them is also 4 separate, or 3 or 4 or whatever it would be, right? Yeah, three separate kings underneath them per ocean. I don't know. There's interesting hierarchy implications here, but this is like super fucking dark. Like we've dealt with like the closest thing in like darkness would be the corruption in Water 7 with what happened to Tom and stuff like that with Spandam and the military industrial complex ass stuff going on there. Also I'm thinking of the right word, colonialism of Verth and the Shandians and stuff like that. But the full-on slavery and classism to this level
These guys think that they're so good when they're dressed like this, like...
And it feels like a severe editor hand came in for censorship purposes, because he gets blown up around the neck. Then we see his head and his last words. He falls down dead, but he's smoking, and it's like, okay, he's dead. And then they're talking about him like he's alive. It's like, oh, he's alive. And then she shoots him like 3 or 4 times while he's down. And then Luffy's like, do you think he made it out alive? Like they want I wonder how many drafts Oda was like, no, I want this to be really brutal. This is serious. And then his editor's like, no, we can't do that, man.
Leave reasonable
doubt. You can blow him up with the slave collar, all right? That's really dark, but we can make that work. But you can't show a headless body, even a silhouette. That's too much. Okay, fine. How about what if we shoot his body while he's down? No, we can't just shoot and kill him while he's down. That removes the... Okay, fine. What if, like...
Okay, fine. What if we do all of that, but then one of the characters says, I hope he's still alive. And then the other, like, even like, Hachi's just like, well, I mean, even if he was, he'd probably...
Go to prison for the rest of his life. It's like, alright, I guess that's as good as we're gonna get to this, like, super dark violence.
Yeah,
and crazy. By the way, again, skipping over it, 800 years ago, there's the magic number again.
Yeah, well, we know that the world government was formed 800 years ago.
I know, it's just they're saying it is important, I think. It's a clear thing, you know, and multiple points of reference now. So, yeah. Yeah, and what about the king fucking with 400 years ago with Nolan?
Yeah.
Or Nolan. You know, is that part of it? Were they one of the kings in the was the North Blue, I think.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't. I guess it's hard to say, because it's like, are any kingdoms that we've seen previously even like related to this, or was it just like he likes the idea of a kingdom and there's lots of kingdoms around, but like there's 20 like elite kingdoms that like
I could believe it. I could believe like here. What complicates to me is that Wapol seems like such a shit thing, but they kept it. The interesting thing is they kept it a kingdom and made Dalton the king. So I like, you know, they could have just made it not a kingdom, but maybe there's a significance to the fact that it has to be a kingdom. You know, with like, you know, they have to keep like the number or whatever. And like I could see them, whether you want to call it a retcon or just like whatever. Like we cut back to Alabasta, and they mentioned that Vivi and her dad are like, they're technically celestial dragons as well. But we just never talked about it because it wasn't relevant.
I guess it would be interesting, because I feel like if they, like, the whole idea of this, like, celestial dragon thing seems to come more from the idea that, like, they just think that they're really important, and people treat them like they're really important. So I don't think that there's anything, like, actually, like, you know what I mean? Like, even if, like, Vivi was technically a celestial dragon, I don't think she'd give a fuck.
No, yeah, I don't think it makes an actual difference.
Like, because, yeah, it says, like, you know, they grow more reckless with power, but they don't, like, have abilities, as far as we can tell. Yeah. They're just psychos, you know? They're just a bunch of billionaires over here, like, being like, oh, I'm detached from reality. And they're like, oh, these, like, wretched humans. It's like, you're looking pretty human to me, other than whatever dumb outfit you're wearing, you know? Just because you have a bubble on your head doesn't make you cool.
Yeah, it's a really difficult thing, and it's not just One Piece with like trying to piece together shit like this, because sometimes themes and repeating patterns are intentional and like the author leaving breadcrumbs, and sometimes they're just a pattern of the author and just what they do. Like, yeah, you see that in Jujutsu all the time, for an example. In Jujutsu, it's more of a visual thing, but like so many of like the demon or the cursed spirit like forms of like the really powerful cursed spirits, like they all look really similar, and it's like, oh, is it because there's a relation between them exactly? And it's like, no, it's just the author has a way of drawing things this way. So, you know, and it's the same with writing as well, where it's like, okay, celestial dragon and dragon the character, or celestial dragon and stars as in like a celestial thing, you know, are they related at all, or are they just like these ideas that he has through his head? Is, oh, the 20 kings, are those, you know, like Vivi and her dad, are, you know, are they technically celestial dragons? Well, no. Or is it like, yeah, that whole coalition of like all those kingdoms and whatever in the early Grand Line?
Was that like a local early Grand Line? Like,
was that connected to this directly, or was it just, again, this pattern of Oda's idea of like these kingdoms that meet together and like have a government together, that being like a foundational part of the world government? And now he's developing further. Is he connecting to that, or like is it just this separate idea that like to him that's just how the world works in his head, and now he's putting that forward, and whether it's I don't know, we forget. We'll only know if we
It's also like the whole thing with like the like earlier on in the Grand Line, there was no concept of the new world, at least to us at that point. So like it was. You know, and we were like, oh, well, I guess they're like traveling to each other's kingdoms because they all have log poses to like certain places that they meet up and this and that. But like, I can't see like those kind of people that we were seeing earlier on, like traveling to the new world to go like have a convention of government. You know what I mean? Like that, like, yeah. And
there are a lot of like, the more you think about this, like for the last little part of the story, there's a lot of like repeating ideas. Like, you know, it's not new for Oda to do that. We've talked about a lot, like, since Arlong Park, of like how Arlong Park was like a revision on the previous arcs, and they all had a similar pace and flow and plot points to them. But Arlong Park was the one where he like nailed it, and then he continued to do that until Alabasta, and Alabasta was kind of like Arlong Park as well, but just like blown up to a larger scale and including other elements that he had seeded through the previous arcs. And it's so he like kind of winds things up and like iterates on the previous idea a lot, but we're seeing that on like a macro scale now with the entering the new world and its parallels to entering the Grand Line and just after the Grand Line and just before like
and
the
even
Water
with
7
like a Logetown kind of
exactly.
idea.
You mentioned
like,
Logetown, I'm like, oh my god, it's the exact same thing. And we just talked about
like
it in Thriller Bark.
Yeah.
Thriller Bark was a lot like Baratier, where you know, big guy, big powerful leader, pirate who like has, you know, Don Krieg had like an armada of ships and was like super powerful, went into the Grand Line, got kicked out. He's a device to hype up the next part of the story. And then a super powerful guy who goes to and from wherever he wants alone without a crew or anything shows up, destroys everything, and then fucking Zoro makes a stand and then gets wounded severely.
That has lasting complications.
So like Mihawk
similar.
and Kuma, same thing, and it ends up the same way, and then we move on, and then we get here. So it's like, what does that mean? I guess I don't know. It's just, and then if you think about all that shit, and then with the whole kingdom and the coalition of Kingdom of the Celestial Dragons, and when we saw Vivi when she was a kid meeting Wapol, and Wapol like smacked Vivi or something like that. Whatever happened, yeah. So, if this is going to continue to happen, if we want to get like super serious about it, we could start looking at the past events and then start probably decently accurately predicting like what's going to happen just based on repeating past things. But I don't know. It's really cool. It's cool to see where things are going. And it's cool to like break it down and wonder like what's intentional, what's not, because it adds an extra layer of mystery to everything when you're like, oh, is this connected, or is this just an extraneous random coincidence that doesn't, he didn't really think about that.
It is interesting think about it in the writing process. Is this just the way that he like gears up for the next thing, or is he directly trying to like rework that kind of aspect, but like more intense, or is he trying to like make us get in the same mindset as we were previously, so that it like elicits some
Yeah,
of
because
the
he has
same,
that too,
like,
where
yeah,
it's clearly intentional and for subversion to like set up your expectations. Yeah. And George Martin, by the way, George R. R. Martin does the same shit. Like that's so much of the House of the Dragon. So like all the, you know, every character has a parallel. If you compare like different characters from Game of Thrones, the House of the Dragon, and all the stories, the archetypes are the same. You know, they often have like similar relationships. There's a Ned Stark character that does this, or there's a Catelyn character who acts this way, or you know, he'll either do the same thing as that or iterate on the previous thing and you know, whatever. It's like sometimes it's a pattern on purpose, sometimes it's a pattern on accident, and you can't really know, but it's always interesting to look at things that way, I think. But it makes me really excited for this.
Yeah, I'm really interested. Like I wasn't expecting any of this to happen. It's kind of crazy. This dog was like just really cute, on everything. But yeah.
Are they wearing like bubbles on their heads because it's like the air is dirty down here? It's like,
oh, maybe. Yeah, because like when it said they were wearing masks, and I was like, oh, like what is this, like
COVID?
No, like a
veil, like
no, like a Water 7 like 2.0 kind of deal.
Yeah,
but then it's like, no, they just have these bubbles. But it's kind of ridiculous because like anyone could just put a bubble on their head, but I guess they'd probably get executed for like imitating them. I like all like the tourist trap, like selling these like overpriced cookies and stuff,
and trying to
get someone to buy the bike. Yeah, they're like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, this place is really, really interesting.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Love it.
Well, I don't like it. It seems like a kind of a terrible place, but it's really cool and interesting.
And the designs of the buildings are really
Celestial
cool too.
Dragons with the D.
Dragons. Holy shit. We're really cooking this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Moving on to the next one. The animation for like the last mini arc and then this one have been like, the pacing and everything's been feeling really good. Maybe it's just that Thriller Bark like lowered our expectations for stuff like that, but it's like it's very fluid. It's like things are moving pretty quick. I think it's pretty good animation. Like, look at this. This looks great. They even dimmed that bit because it was so good.
Don't even think about it.
Why is there dust being kicked up everywhere when this ground's like sticky with sap?
And so it'd just be a lot to draw and animate. Everyone just like sucks to be you.
Well, what's that place?
That looks cool.
I bet it's their secret hideout.
So many big shots, you say? Like who else? Oh no.
Oh god. They're gonna rat them out?
We should have made Robin stay with us and like make like fake legs.
Yeah, that's smart. Whoa.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
I guess it's a probably sketchy, semi-illegal business.
Really? Oh, a map.
Hotels, etc. You picked kind of a rough crew for this. Cuts him off. That's awesome.
This place is so cool. Like it really does feel like expansive and big. Like you know. 10 years.
What a name for a place. It's actually just a fake out, so no one comes here because they think they're gonna get ripped off.
Really?
Oh no.
Oh.
I like her outfit. Maybe Nami should have come to this so that they don't get ripped off too bad. She's honest. Yeah, she says she's gonna rip you off and then she rips you off. Oh my god.
Cotton candy? This is Nami's clone.
Yeah, this is when Nami retires from being a pirate. That's very lucky for us.
Oh boy. You say well informed. Is she gonna know about what happened with fucking Blackbeard?
Oh my god. I don't know.
All
what
of
have
it.
you heard? Yep. Ford, how old are you?
She have a Black Widow on her shirt.
Just the kind of places we need to be going. Excuse me?
Jesus Christ. Or he was arrested? Could you imagine if she was on Roger's crew? Oh boy. That's the danger zone.
Yeah. What if this lady's actually just Nami's real mom? But that's a problem. Because...
Racism. Whoa. So many cool. They showed everyone. That was so cool.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah.
11 people? Oh, wait, we get to see it again. Show us again. That guy with the red hair looks so cool. They all look really cool.
Yeah. I like that we're getting back to this.
Yes.
I thought about this.
You just brought it up.
Talking about this.
Again, wall. Again, cross that wall. One's got wings. Wait. Drake Law. Ooh. How crazy would it be if we just had a fucking tournament arc?
That would be insane.
In One Piece.
Not for long.
Who is it?
Restaurant.
Somebody else eating?
Isn't that girl eating pizza?
How'd you know about pizza?
She had pizza in her
Oh.
in the shot of her.
Does she have the most?
Is this Luffy's Is this Luffy's mom?
Go ahead, try to stop her. Faza. The fuck?
We know about Luffy's brother. This is Luffy's sister.
Jewelry Bonnie, the glutton. 140 million. The hell? This dude's like a crusader? He looks so sick. These characters look so goddamn cool.
I really, yeah.
And he's like honorable? Oh. Basil Hawkins. 249. This guy. Whoa. The animation's going crazy. Got 4 elbows.
What's the guy with piano keys for teeth?
So many fucking cool people.
Have a gun and a sword.
It's like a dagger. Eustace. Used ass. Not ACE, but ass. The Mad Monk? Whoa. This guy's got like crazy sickles. And a badass helmet. Okay, this is really reminding me of Skypiea. He's got the wings and he kind of looks like that one dude. Forget his name. He's got like a rapier. Drake.
Red flag. From Sky Island. Okay.
Rogue.
Interesting.
From South Blue.
Jeez.
Killer. He's so sick. I'm blown away by how like everyone looks so badass.
Yeah.
This guy looks cool. Trafalgar Law.
Damn.
Oh, it did. What? No way! They said it. They said the thing tournament. I guess we're already at the end of it though.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll even like encounter them that much, or if we'll just see them like out and about next.
Captain Kidd.
We better go find him.
Who the hell is your husband?
Really?
That was fucking crazy! These episodes are getting insane. And the animation was good. Like when he got like everything, like so much motion, so much drama to the like shots and everything. Like and the character designs just all look like unabashedly just cool. They don't like look overly silly. Like they look it honestly reminds me of like a lot of Hunter x Hunter designs where like some of them are like really weird but like not cringe looking, goofy. You know? Yeah. Like they just it's just like the dude, like even this guy's probably the weirdest looking one. Apu, long arm tribe. Scratchman Apu. Like he looks the weirdest among all of them, but even he looks like has like a cool factor to him.
Yeah.
Everyone like oh man, I'm so excited about this. Like there's so much to get hyped up for. Like they're like oh man. And wait, oh yeah, we saw the wanted poster on the wall. I bet that's her husband. Doesn't look like anyone we know.
Yeah, I can't. Wow. That was a lot. I'm interested.
Like
I really hope that like all these guys just stay being cool.
Yeah.
Like I hope that they follow they're so hyped up. I hope that they follow through on it. But I really like that they reintroduced the whole, like, Grand Line thing as to why, like, okay, we haven't heard of any of these guys, because we're just kind of on a different track than them. And I like that. I was literally just talking about this.
I forgot about that completely.
Like, was that off a video, or was that on
I think that
video?
was in the discussion, in the Thriller Bark discussion.
Oh, yeah, because I was saying how we were, like, yeah. But yeah, I do like that, and I like that they're kind of reintroducing that, because it's very easy to forget that that's what happened. Since, like, we get in and it was like, oh, you basically just, like, get on a track and you stay there. But, like, you know, like, when you're watching the show, it's just, like, they go from here to there. And it doesn't really, we're not thinking about all of the places that we're missing. Even though we missed, like, a million different islands, you know. And it looks like it's a similar thing over on the other side, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And they called it a wall again. Maybe it'd be worth it to look back to previous when we were in Logetown, if they called the red line a wall, referred to it as getting over that wall or whatever. But they once again called it a wall. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
So sick. I wonder, like, what the purpose of hyping this up is. Like,
are we gonna have to fight these guys, or like? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Because they mentioned it's the exact kind of hype you get before a tournament arc, like before the tuning exams or whatever. Like,
it's the guy gonna be like, oh, I can only do one boat, and all you guys have to like fight to see whose boat I'm gonna coat. I don't know.
Some shit like that. Or maybe they'll all be like overwhelmingly captured or something like that in like a twist of fate, like a weird twist of fate. Like maybe the Marines they'll all get captured and be held and then like have, I don't know, be in some kind of like fighting pit to like see who gets out or some shit for like the Celestial Dragon's amusement. Maybe? That's the only thing I could think, like, cause like it's the hype. It's the beginning hype for a tournament arc. And they mentioned that the Grand Line is like a tournament to get to the New World, but it's like there's no actual tournament or fighting like reason to fight. Like the people are fighting because they have like egos and they're kind of wild, but like
unless one of these guys is like, oh, I don't want the rest of you coming to the New World with me. I'll take care of you right now, or something like I don't know.
I love that they're all interesting and cool, but in different ways. You know, like even the dude who's like a mafia type dude, the Capone pirates or whatever the fuck that was, like he's his son, he like stabs, unless he was just like, they call him father as like that's what people call him in his crew. But like if saying that was like, you know, if he's like a real mafia boss and it's like his son,
stabs his son,
he just stabs his son, talks back to him once and he just fucking stabs him right in the eye. But I'm still convinced that Luffy is stronger than all of them, because the only guy who has a higher bounty than him is got it because he was shitty to civilians. Yeah. Not because he did anything more particularly
Not because he started a war on the world government, defeated like 2 warlords, you know. Yeah. That's a bit of a different they were on different tracks on their way to that bounty.
And then her husband, she's a former pirate, and her husband is apparently super 100 times stronger. And I don't know if I believe that, but like, yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. I'm so hyped up. I don't even have it. Like, I'm just like drinking it in. It's so cool. Yeah. Like, oh man, this whole thing is so cool. And then they brought back, like, there's a dude from the Sky Island, and would you remember what the dude from Skypiea, what his name was? The main Shandian guy. I'm blanking on his name. I feel like I know it. I'm blanking on. I'm sorry, but the fight here is I feel like calling back to that, because we got a dude from the Sky Island, but his wings are different.
They're a little bit bigger?
There were 2 types of wings, I think. There were some that like pointed out at the ends, and there were some that like went like that. And I forget who like what the difference was. But it's very interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna... Oh shit, I thought of something. I lost it. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how all of these guys are gonna like even factor in, because normally when we get like a drop of guys like this, it's because they're all gonna be like chasing us and they work for some evil guy, and they're all coming after us, and then they're not going to be that cool because we have to be able to defeat them. You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting if, you know, maybe they weren't just like guys that we had to like defeat, or like, you know, like there could be like some different kind of relationships going forward.
Yeah, it'd be like a Survivor type thing where there's,
you know, like ran into them again at some point, or like, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we're meeting all of them. We'll have like a little clash, and then it's more because we'll run into them when we're in the new. Maybe like a bunch of us will make it to the new world, or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think it'll be cool.
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next one. Very excited. Check out Patreon. Bye bye.